Alright, so today we're going to do lots of PS3s. This is a collection of PS3 PHATs, Slims, certain models though. All the good stuff is pretty much gone, but I still have a lot of... So we'll talk about the Slims and the PHATs of the PS3, and I also have one Super Slim as well. So that's what we're going to do today for a little while. Super Slim. Let's first start out with the boards that are already out. So there's one backwards compatible, true backwards compatible motherboard for the PS3 PHAT, COK-001. I sold all those boards. But of the COK-001, there's a minus 21 and there's a minus 32. Buyers want minus 32. See some of my negative feedback? The first time I didn't know it, and the buyer tricked me on the second time. I sent him all minus 32s the second time, but he said I didn't. It's two negative feedback from that buyer. I didn't know COK-001 has a board that you can use the Frankenstein mod, but not on the minus 21, only on the minus 32. So, that's COK-001. That's the true backwards compatibles. I don't have any more of those. The E model is the COK-002. And of these, it has a minus 11 and a minus 21. On this one, I have no video. So somebody bought a couple of these, so I'm trying to remember what I got. This one has no video. So that's what we're doing. We're looking through. Some of these are missing the drive board, unfortunately. This one is COK-002 minus 21. Minus 21. So there's two different ones. So remember, COK-001 is true backwards compatible with the PS2 chip on it. And it's minus 21, but prefers minus 32. On the COK-002, I think the minus 21 is preferred over the minus 11. I just learned this stuff from buyers, so I wouldn't know any of this otherwise. Once I learned it, then I got it down. Alright, so that one's missing the drive board. This one, I think works, but I put is not the correct drive board. COK, oh, there's actually a COK. I stand corrected. There's a COK-002 minus 31. Didn't know that. So this one would probably be the most preferred, and it probably works. It does work, the COK. Again, it's not true backwards compatible. These only play some PS2 games because there's an emulation chip on here, as opposed to the PS2 chip. However, still even the COK-001 doesn't play every single PS2 game. But here's a fun fact that I never knew. I learned somewhere along the line that any PS3 plays PS1 games. Never knew that. I always thought it was just backwards compatible. That was the whole point. But the only backwards compatible is the PS2 part. You can Super Slim. I have a PS3 Super Slim right here. I can play PS1 games on it. Technically, the PS1 games are better anyway. So this has got potential. This one here, minus 32, minus 31. I tried to mark some of these. These have been sitting in a pile for quite some time. So this is minus 21. This one says on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. That is the typical thing for those is on, off. It's never the power supply. It's always the board. CPU, GPU, I think, or something. I'm trying to charge something up here. Why are we doing this? Got my camera right here, so I keep banging my head on it. Let's go down here more for a second. Just keep an eye on this for right now. I stand up, I forget, and I whack my head on it. Alright, so this is on and off, minus 21. So right now all I'm doing is evaluating what I have. This is a B board. So this should be Ooh, I also stand corrected. I do have one more COK-001. However, there's another however with the COK-001. This is a B board. Therefore, it is missing. The B board does not have the flip door or the unused cartridge slots. Therefore, it doesn't have the extra connection on the board. I didn't know I had this one. So this one, this is the chip here. This RSX. This is what the buyers want. Oh, they want to. I forget what they want to do with these. Oh no, they want to replace something. But true, this is the PS2 chip here. But this is a B COK-001. And so the number on this is still a -32. -32. Preferred. This is the one buyers want. However, as I said, it's a B board. Therefore, there's a connection. You wouldn't be able to put this in the A model because you won't be able to connect. I don't know where it is. Or it's on this. It's on the front part, I think. The cartridge slot under the flip door. So that was interesting. I didn't know I had that. Now we're gonna go. I think let's skip the. We'll come back to Slims in a minute. I think I got a couple more other things over here. Let me see. Oh, so PS2 Slims. We'll talk about those in a minute. Let's see if I have any more. Yeah, I do. COK-002, and this is -31. So it's two -31s. COK-002, and there's only one of those kind, I think. So that gives me two of those. One's on and off, and this one, as far as I remember, it worked, but the drive board was wrong. Because if it's not the right drive board, when you put the disk drive in, you never see the icon in the top right corner spin, because it never reads it, because it's the wrong one. So it's two of those there. This is what? I don't even know if this could work or not. I don't know. I have to figure out what this is. I'll have to open that one up. A few of them, I wrapped them and then I forgot what I wrapped them for. Try to do this all yourself. It's not easy. So this is a COK-002 -21. The ones that I sold are -21s. This is not marked, so it may work, but I wouldn't assume on it. I'm just gonna keep. So it's gonna take me a while to get my bearings out what we got going on. I sold a bunch of these today, so I need to. This is a great day to do this. -21. E on and off -21. So this is a different board. This is an SEM-001, which is maybe the H board. So the whole alphabet soup, Sony alphabet soup for the PS3 PHATs. We're just talking about PHATs right now. Model A and B, true backwards compatible. COK-001. E is somewhat backwards compatible. COK-002. And then after that it goes the G board. Oh, maybe that's a G board. G board, it's not backwards compatible. However, most of them have the drive board on the outside, so you can use that in the backwards compatible ones. And the power supply is in the same place, and you can use that as well. It's a little different, but it's usable. After the G, so I call G the transition model. You can still use parts off of it. After that, it goes H, there's an L, there's an M, there's a K, and the final one is the P. The L and the P are similar with little narrow cables. The H has two different disk drives in them. One harder to find than the other. So this is what we said this was. So that's the whole alphabet soup. Just say this was. SEM. I believe SEM is. It is because. So up to the G, the power rail is round here, power plugs, and it's on this side. After the G, H, and beyond, they're all black power supplies, and they're square posts, and they're on this side. The Model L actually kind of has a little L to it. So this is an H, I mean a G rather, because it's round. Again, you can use a power supply from a G and put it on an A or B or E, because that's really your only goal is to get to the A and B really. COK-001. So that's what that is. Let's look at crooked there. So this is the COK-001, 002. But there was a point in the beginning or somewhere after 10 years that I didn't know about that minus 32. Again, look through my negative feedback. It's pretty brutal. First time I didn't know it. Next time I shipped them all minus 32s, and then he threw back the minus 21 on me. He ended up getting his refund and blasted me all at the same time. But until I know something, I don't know. I'm going in here to remember what number this is. Minus 21. That's 3 minus 21s. We said we had two minus 31s. 2. I think there's another minus 21 over here. One's missing the drive board. Minus 21. And that leaves me only one minus 11. Minus 11. But we'll put that one. There for now. Okay. Oh, look at this last one here. It's not marked at all, so that's a good sign. This might actually have been a working one that I got ready to ship and then I never sold it. For a while I didn't even realize the difference between the COK-002, there it is. And this is a minus 11, I think. Nope, minus 21 right there. This one's in question. It may work. So I'll ship the ones that may work first. Okay. I think we're done there. And what was this one now? Most of them are minus 21s. Oh, this is my B. So we've found we had a B. And what was wrong with it? It says no video on both. This B board. COK-001. So I do have one left. So now let's talk PS3 Slims. The first three models. First one is the 2001. Then there's the 2101. Those are similar. They have drive boards inside the disk drives. Then it changes to the 25001, which is the preferred for buyers, which I don't have any. And those don't have a drive board. And then after that, it's the 3000 model, which is the KT-001. Also doesn't have a drive board. The power supply is different. Fan smaller. So what we're going to do... So different drive boards for these. DYN 001. This is the least preferred. The original 2001. Buyers want the PS3 JSD, I think it is 001, which is from the 2500, because there's a chip they call the Frankenstein mod. They take the chip off the PS3 Slim and they put it on a PS3 PHAT. But only minus 32 of the PS3 PHAT. Therefore, that's why it's preferred, because there's a mod involved. Anything with a mod involved, that's when buyers get really picky on me. If I don't know it, if they don't tell me about it, and I learn the hard way, I get bad feedback. So make sure you check out the bad feedback. Some really brutal stuff there. Alright, so that's one. So we sold some of these. This, and I'm not looking at these are saying minus 31. Nobody's asked me about any difference on the end. Because usually there's a board model, and then there's 3 sets of numbers. It's the last numbers that buyers are picky about, but not these that I'm aware of. So these are both DYNs. What I need. The pen's got bent. These have been stacked for quite some time. DYN. So these are 3 DYNs. And DYN, as we said, were all from the original 2000 model. Most of the ones that are over here now, that's what those are. I don't have any 3000 models. 2.5. I had one board. It's part of the sale. So we'll look through these next. Now that I got an idea what's going on. So we're going to get these out of the way for now. I need to go back through them later. Now let's go on to these. So I have one slim. We can talk about the slim too. Super slim rather, actually. Super slims. 3 main models. This is the original model, which is 4001C. I think there's a 4101 and then there's a 4201. So 3 main models. The power supply is the same in all of them. Disk drive looks exactly the same. However, there's always a however with me. There's 2 different types. One's a solid blue. I think this is narrower. And then there's a couple of other boards that this middle cable is wider. One does not work in the other. You must know which one you have. Power supply is the same in all of them. Different models of it, but you can use any. So this has weird video. Power's up, doesn't shut off. The video kicks out. So that's super slim in a nutshell. The design of the case and everything was just horrendous. All the posts and everything break all the time. So this is a drive off of one of those somewhere. It has a drive board in it. You see the cable like this? It's got the drive board inside. Only on the 2000s and the 2101. I have no idea where this went to. But we're selling these without drive boards. We're going to fire some of these up in a minute. First we'll do a quick for power. And then go from there. I need power though. I need a power supply. got this one here marked as good, so let's find out if that's good. HDMI cords there. This power supply, that has to work. So these are often you'll see on off on off. Not as many times the power supply can actually be the issue. Some of the times I should say. Whereas in the PS3 PHATs, on off on off on off on off is never the power supply, or 99.9% of the time it's not. These ones sometimes you get lucky. So let's see if I miss something. That's what we're gonna do. Also, these have a fan issue, but it's not the fan. I think the 2.5 does that. The fan out. Come on, whatever. There it goes. Yeah, so if you open one of these up and the fan doesn't spin, don't assume it's the fan, because it's probably not. It's the connection. It must be a fuse on the board or something. So this needs a plug. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, but I do have one right over here. Where is it? Bang it around. Okay, so there's different front plugs. I mean, power buttons. This one with the checkered boards on it is only for the 2501. The 2101? No, I think this is actually for the 2101 too. Not the original other one, which I'll need in a minute. And the 3000 model has a smaller one. It's black. Got them around there somewhere. So I can't use this one for this because this is only for 2.5. So I'm gonna need more stuff then. I think I pulled all of those. I'm gonna have to pull the other one in a minute then. It's gonna take me a minute to get my bearings here. Bet that is good. I need a power button board. This one I don't know what it goes to. It would just be a crapshoot to figure it out. You have to keep trying different boards until one actually worked. But it would have to work first. So I actually have to go back. I need this button board. So let me just undo the screw here. This one fully works. I just need to update it. The 2.5 and the 2.5 and the 3000 model has that cable that's underneath, which is a real pain to get to. These don't. Just these two cables here. Screw. This is getting torn down either way anyway, so I need this. So this one has DSW001, only for the original 2000 model. I'm pretty sure, right? Once I get a production line going here, we'll fly through them. But it's kind of a pain today because I gotta put the fan in as well. I'm not really worried about it turn it on. This way. These cables are always a pain. Gotta have that blue tab. You lose the blue tab and you're done. Oop, I almost bent it already. I wasn't paying attention. I need to check to make sure what this is. This is 2001A. That's all we're interested in right now. And I believe somewhere in there might be a couple 2101. I'm not positive yet. So we're just gonna do power and fan. This one I have is working. This is a project I've been meaning to get to. Technically, I want to get all these boards pulled. This is taking up so much space being stacked like this down where I've had them. So it's time to get it all taken care of. Really shouldn't put that up there, but right now I just want to see if this one works. I just don't have a lot of room. I made a lot of room too to do this, but you wouldn't know it. Cables are off. That's off. Come back. I just want to see if this is power. Sunday, so I don't really have to rush do stuff. Try to pick a project. This is it. This will be great once I get all these things. I'll pull them all today. Not on the video, but I'll pull them all later once I know what I got. Reestablish what I got. There's no drive in here, but it has power. It's half the battle. So we'll come back to this one. Check that one out later. So now we're going to go through each one of these just quickly. And then I'm not going to go back downstairs like this. They're going to tear them all out the next couple days. So, you know what? You always got to start out with good power supply. Power button has to work too. Can be an issue. Probably gonna need the cable now. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need the cable. Need the cable now. A lot of these don't have cable to them. So we'll go back over this one and that one. Got two, I think that work now. This one and the other one. Busy here. Let's just stop here. I gotta know which way the cable goes again. Remember. Put it in backwards and it doesn't do it. Which way does it go? This way or is it this way? Crap, I forget now. To look at that. Oh, yeah. So this goes on. I just put it on the other one, but I already forgot. It goes on this way, I believe. You'll know because you won't see any red light. You're like, oh, it has no power. No, the thing's put on backwards. So we'll move these along real quick because I think most of these have no power, or on and off, one of the two. Oh, look, I need power button. I'm kind of short on this one. Let's get this one still again. Missing the plug back here. A couple of things I'm missing on that one. So that one for later. Ow. So you assume that if this doesn't work, or that this one as a whole, the drive is probably good. But you have to pull the drive board out. It's a real pain. Can't see it. I go crazy with it. Just enough to get the. Just pull this off right a second. If I had the drive board, I'll sell it with it. This is missing one too. It's jamming me up. I have to pull one then. I keep forgetting that the piece is off. And I'll come back to that one then. Gotta get one that's got one, then I can pull it off. So let's put this back with this. See, it takes me a little while to get a production line going here. You're welcome. Alright, let's get to... I need one that has the cable. None of these do. Of course, they look really worn too. None of those have the cable. This one does though. Yeah, I need this. Can't test it without that. Gotta replace the plug into. That's got a cable already too. Okay, let's try this one then. Keep taking it on and off. It definitely goes this way. Blue tab faces out. Check. I'm also not paying attention to the fact that I'm sure these are all 2001s. 2001. Pretty sure this should just be on and off as it says. We'll find out. At some point I must have been labeling them. So PS3 PHATs, I probably had 500 PHATs. Yeah, probably around 750 Slims over the years. See, I have power. See that? I gotta go back to this one. The power's not shutting off. And then PS3 Super Slims, maybe a couple hundred. We're talking over 10 years now. It's got power. Unexpected. That's a good unexpected though. So let's go back to this one after. I need this cable though. There's one more over there. So this might have been a case where the power supply was the issue and I didn't know it at the time. Or maybe something else is going on. I need that fan back though. I have to check the fan. It's definitely not on and right off, so that's a good sign. Gotta stop sticking. So I haven't never retested any of these in the last, I don't know, 5 years. On and off usually just means it does that, but this one isn't the case. And I got fan action. It's holding. Right, it would have already kicked off. So we'll go back to this one then. Let's pull that out of there. Maybe I messed up on that one. Gotta be able to shut it off though. See it shutting off. It does have power, but it might be something else. So we'll come back to that one. It has potential. Usually power doesn't mean it probably doesn't have video. I need this. This is what I need. Now I need this back. I need my fan. I need this back. So we'll go back to that one. Now I need to plug so I can get these done. This goes back in that way. That'll make it easy. And we're doing blue tab out. Yeah, sometimes you find a nice fun game inside one of these. Although I really didn't play many PS3 games in that era, definitely no PS2 games. PS4 was probably, and PS5. Now let's see if we can just bang this stuff out. Now we can move along here a little bit. Just curious what I have because I have no idea. That's my problem. 2001 model, yeah? Sitting right now. I figured out what that is yet. This is, that's why this is not right. That's why. I'm just trying to quick test them, but it's not really quick. Not working out that way. It's in there now. I think it's in there. Just trying to separate them into power issues and all that good stuff. If it's not power, it's video. If I find one here that works, that'd be great. See, by now it would have already kicked out. Okay. So we'll have to go through that one again. I'll do another video of the ones that have potential. See, that one shut off on me. See it? So that's a good sign. But it's probably no video. Go back to that one then too. This wasn't marked at all, so I have no idea. Put this in that L pile at some point. Will. I'm just doing broken ones now. I gotta update and do all that for the other ones. So that's got potential. And I have the plug for audio video because remember these can do audio video or so sometimes HDMI doesn't work or it doesn't auto recognize the HDMI, so you have to go run through audio video first. sometimes just recognize it's just an audio video. Or just HDMI, but that's not normally the case. The piece again. I need this. Oh, backwards. Goes in this way. And then now I need the cable. There's really no way to go any faster. If I could, I would, but I can't. Not worried about that at this point. Somebody's really rusted in bugs. Like a bug right there. Yep, definitely a bug. Get all these done, a couple hour project, and I'll double back to pulling them all and testing all the good ones, or the ones that might be good. Put the fan on. No, I didn't. I don't know what causes each issue. Let's see if power. Haven't any have been on and off yet. This would be the first one, probably. Power on, off. There it is. See, I got to time it perfect. On, off. Yep. Do it again, just because it's annoying. On, off. Not normally the power supply. But more so, you might get lucky on the Slim. Not on the Fats. I think I had 1G one time that the power supply was the problem. I was shocked. So we're going to get this out and this out. And I still have the drive board for it. So this is going to go into a new file somewhere. Ooh, but I need another piece. I need this. Oh no, I don't right now, but I need it over there. Okay. Interesting. So I go from switching the cable to keeping the cable there when some of them have the cable on. I still haven't paid attention to any of these. Pretty sure they're all 201s. I don't think I have any, even though any more 2101s either. Yeah, this is all that's left over from like 10 years. I've sold so many parts of these. Don't sell parts like we used to, but sometimes. Right there, should have went off. So that's got potential. So these are all I'm going to consider no video now. These ones. But we don't know. Go back to them. I thought most of the ones I had no power, but that's pretty cool. But I had to test both the audio video and the of course, the HDMI, because lots of times one or the other doesn't work, or sometimes both. But we'll save that for another time. But at least I'll have them organized into their issues. Still the same, right? Yeah. So I sold lots of these fans over the years too. Again, a fan not spinning is not necessarily a fan problem. Most of the time it's not, especially if it's on the 2.5. Assume it's not the fan. I think I had 3 or 4 do the same exact thing. And then they, of course, they overheat and shut off. Oh, this isn't all the way in, that's why. That's not all the way in there. It's gotta go. It won't go on. Yeah, we'll just do a video up till testing. And then I'll break it into a couple other videos after. Maybe, maybe not. My first one with no power. That's on correctly. Hold on, let me check. Let's pull this off here a second. Get this out of my way. I want to see if that cable is off. This cable. Did I do it right? The cable's definitely on there. So this will be the first one with no power. This cable looks kind of crunched. Cables once in a while can be the problem, but I always say if you're chasing the cable as your last resort for a problem, then you have something completely different wrong. So usually cables don't fix anything. But this one's bent a little bit. No power. Oh, I gotta plug it in first. So we can do, just for fun, we know this works. We know this works. So just for fun, once in a blue moon, you get lucky. This could be the problem. The odds are very, very slim. But we're here now anyway, might as well check it out. That goes that way. Try one other thing in a second. Check this cable right here. Right. So it's negative. Didn't do swapping that cable, made no difference. That's connected. Gotta make sure that one of these isn't short out the power supply too. What else was I gonna show? I want to switch this. one that has power. Just to make sure I didn't miss something. That, and we can switch this out too. Just so we'll cover all our bases. That no power has everything to do with the motherboard. Right? Swapped everything I could possibly swap. Get lucky. My last shot, negative. So nothing, all those swapping didn't, this just has no power for whatever reason. Put that back. That fan, that might be a fan over there. I'll take the fan out later. So this has no power. The other one we said was on and off, right? Yeah, on and off. I do want. Oh, I'll put this back up here for now. Because you gotta assume this disk drive should work. And there might be a fun game in there too. So there's no power. Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Let me go back to these dirty ones. Again, you never, this says a video issue, no video. So I'm gonna pull this one aside for now. That's my video problem. This is on and off. Let's go with this back to this one. Get this out of here. It makes it quicker. It'll run without video. I mean, without the disk drive on it. You get video and all that, so not really relevant for this. No, that's it. I wonder why it's going to pop. Remember I said before I could pop a power supply? Why is this one not getting power now? It's 2001. Goes like that. Sometimes I put the cable on backwards, but I don't think I did. Shoot, something happened to my power supply. This. So we'll come back to this one. I'll retest things in their grouping now that I got them grouped a little bit better. Again, not right now. quick. So if this one has no power too, then there might be something wrong with my power supply. This is missing a drive board. That's a drive board. I'll just throw with it. I didn't realize when I started playing around with these that the original 2000 and the 2101 has a drive board and the other ones didn't. Just learned that over time. So I was just pulling these, not even realizing it. The only way to learn is from just doing it all the time. So I pulled all the drive boards off these, not knowing it. I wouldn't have done that. I need a cable. That's right. Really no other way to do these any quicker. I wish I could, but, and I still have to go through everything again. I'm trying to figure out my power supply. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Something's up. Something changed. I don't know. I had three or four good power supplies for these. Tested, known, good working. And this one up until a couple things ago. Oh, I see what I did. How did that happen? I pulled a cord out. Ah, that's what I did. So we're gonna have to go back. I pulled a cord. I knew something was up. So we're gonna go recheck those other ones in a second. I messed up. Sounds normal. No drive board though. So let's double back then. Once I got to my third one, I'm like, something's up. I went and pulled it, and I pulled the cord off of there. Wasn't even paying attention to that. I know that's not the right one for this, but we're gonna stick it anyway. Okay. So this is power. But I don't have a drive board. I'm gonna leave it that way. I don't want to confuse myself. Okay. So let's finish those and come back to the other ones in a minute. So this one powers on, but I can put that drive on there and try to test it. If I get video, I would know. If it doesn't circle, then it works. I mean, if it's circled. This one's just out. It's gonna leave that one as that. Almost an hour. So I figured I'm not gonna bother because this one's already pulled. I'm gonna just get it out of here. DYN-001. One less thing in my way. let's finish up these. As I thought, I don't think there's any of these that are too low. 2000 here. These have no dry boards. Yeah, this is when I probably pulled the dry boards and I didn't realize it. Charged. What I just said that one was no dry board. Keep forgetting to plug it in. I keep forgetting to plug it in. That transition right there is normal. That's what it's supposed to do. It goes fast and the fan goes a little bit slower, and then it usually boots. So we got a lot of them we have to go back through again. But there's no dry board. But that just dry right over there, it goes to one of these. So now it's just only a few that I have to figure out. If I can get video, only if I can get video, then I can do that. So I'm gonna put that on this. A huge difference between just not having video and on and off. It's a lot easier to fix with no video. So I've already got a lot done. And again, I'm tearing all these down. Not all at once, but we get them all done. I got like a whole shelf empty now. These things out of the way. Double back to those other two and go check one for video in a minute. The table here though. Because even without the dry board, there's video, and a lot of these don't even have a disk drive in them. I mean a hard drive rather. You'll still get the black screen that says no storage. So I can still test them for video that way. I'll try these last two. Let's see what we get. See now if I do this. Where's my cable? We'll know if we have video because the TV won't recognize it. Almost at this point now. There's a signal coming out of it. It'll let me set up to, You see it, there's a signal there. See, this has video. See what I'm saying? But I lost the drive board on this one. Alright, so we at least have video. Doesn't necessarily mean it fully works, but that's a good sign. That's what I was looking for right there. It should shut off. And it does. For some reason I lost the drive board on this one. Doing everything it's supposed to do so far. So let's do this. We're going to put this one over there. Yeah, you'll still get signal. You'll know if I get a signal. That one, we're going to take this one. This has a hard drive in it. So this one has potential. More potential than just sitting in a pile. A lot of these have been around for quite some time. Nope, I did that backwards. That time I put it backwards. The blue tab has to show. If I don't see the blue of the tab, I know I got the cable on wrong. That's what I just did. Now we'll add HDMI to it as we do it. So if I have power in video, that's a good sign. Even though I don't have the board, but I think they can do other stuff with it without the drive board. I'll do HDMI now and add that to the plan. Let's see what happens. I forgot to put a fan on this one. Oh, this one. Alright, so this is an on and off. I don't think the fan makes a difference. Let's just make sure. Fan not being connected shouldn't make a difference that I'm aware of. We know that this drive not being connected doesn't cause it to go on and off. That one. And it can have video without even the drive connected. So that's good. Sure it didn't, but I just wanted to double check. So now we can put this one as on and off. Get that one out of there. I gotta go back to those other two. Lots of stuff to take off and put on. That one has potential. This one is on and off. But others. Where I pulled the plug by accident. Let's just go back to this one. Get it off there. I used to do live streams while doing this, and then I kind of gave up on that idea. Didn't really do much. And this is my new channel, which is very small compared to my other channel I had. But I wanted to simplify it more. So, decided to start over and just do a small one. Put one of these. And we'll see where it goes. I think at peak at my big channel I had 6 million views at one time. But It never paid off. It didn't make any revenue. So now I don't even bother worrying about being monetized. It doesn't matter unless you're a super. See, this one has on and off. See? Oh, there it goes. A little bit late though. A little late bloomer there, but get lucky and then you're like, oh, it works, yay. Now, okay, so this sticks with the on and the off. That's the drive board. This is the other one. It's unknown. And I think that's it. Just double back into all the ones that I'm not positive about. For video. I may actually have a couple that work. That'd be pretty awesome. And I'll update them and do all that good stuff. This is the one that still had the fan on it. Yeah, that's right. I'll make this right this second. Gets past that spot right there. This works. Huh. Interesting. That's pretty awesome. Oh, cool. So this is definitely has potential. Sometimes I just missed something, or it got put in a pile and I didn't realize it. Cool. I think I got more than one that work. This one definitely. We're looking pretty good. So that's awesome. And I have the drive board to make sure that it's the right drive board. So I do need one. And this is also 2010. Yep. So what we would do is put this actually all back together. And just finish up with that, I think. That's what we'll do. Let's finish up just this one. That's what we'll do. Done enough testing for a while. See if we can get this one to do all it's supposed to do. I need one anyway for a board for a sale. I sold 3, or I had 3 that worked. I think I have at least a couple more now, maybe. But of course, I will test the audio video as well as the audio video out. They both have to work. Sometimes one doesn't. So that's very important. So this goes on. Goes on like that. I think that goes in there or on top of it. I can't remember. I think that goes down like that. And then this goes here. So we'll make sure this is a lot easier to put on these cables. The other one's got that one underneath, which is a real pain. This is a lot easier. And that's it, just that. It's simple, easy peasy. So we'll finish up with this one. That's good enough. not all the way. There it goes. This cable, something should be there. This is actually a 2001B. Alright, let's see what we can figure out stuff with this one. Sweet. It's actually pretty clean too. See how dirty they can get. Some of them are real dirty. I will finish up with this piece. Cool. Anything in it? No. Sometimes you find some weird stuff here. Jim Jones. So what we would do is I always get rid of anybody's business. It's the first thing I do. Alright, so let's wipe it out. I think this is good. We'll update it. What is it? 4.91 or 4.92, I think. Not sure. I'll test the disk drive too. I just found some games somewhere. Rage. Make believe. So recognize the HDMI. That's important. Sweet. And then we'll go to Wi-Fi. I'm going to pull this board, once I make sure it's the right drive board, because I need one. Wireless scan. Good there. Alright, so let me just do the code for a second. Fix it up. Yep. Good. Okay, sweet. So let's try this game. Rage. Although it's really bad in shape, rough shape. I don't know if it'll even work. I have a bet on that. Just stick it in there, see if it'll work. Had a lot of film on it, so I don't know if it'll read it or not. some that are cleaner than that. Oh, this one's clean. Need to see that corner. That's got to spin. That doesn't spin. And it's the wrong drive board. Yeah, see, it works. We'll actually put another update on it. So this fully works. Yeah, found one. Except there's always some kind of trophies or something you gotta put on this thing. PS3 took forever to load a game. I don't know why that was. Bet you can clean the film off of this one. I got the film off of that. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I got nervous there for a second. I took all the film off of that Rage one. This one. Oh, that's why I didn't do the firmware update. That's what it's doing. It's doing the firmware update. I normally do that next, but I put the game in by accident in first. That's what it's doing. Bet you it's doing the 4.91 or 92. This will look a bit cleaner. Reach. That's what it's doing. Alright, so we're gonna see. Let's wait for it comes. A couple more PS3 games here. Black Ops. This one I think is really worn. Oh no, this actually is not bad. So I want to say disk drive works too. So pretty cool. Update and disk drive. I think we'll just leave it at that.